Howdy, and welcome to the Highline Herd podcast, where stories ride strong and the bond between folks and their horses runs deep. Each Sunday, we're talking everything from trail tips and tack to good old horse sense and the people who live it every day. Keep up with the herd by following us over on Instagram at the Highline Herd and swinging by our website at thehighlineherd.com. Now, let's ride into today's episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Highline Herd. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Shelby.
And today, we're going to be talking about when to get into horses.
Yeah.
What's the right age for that?
Yeah. So we are getting into spring, we're getting into warm weather, we're getting into nice weather. People are going to start wanting to ride, or they're going to start looking into lesson barns or lease opportunities, and I've been seeing a lot of questions. Oh, I'm 40. Can I get into horses? I'm 65. Is that too old to learn how to jump?
Oh, yeah.
I'm 70. Is this too old to start taking lessons?
I've seen a lot of people in our local area just posting in one of the main horse chats of like, hey, are there any barns that offer adult lessons? Or lessons for adults? Lessons for larger riders? All of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking.
Yeah, and we are here to say that the general rule is there's no age limit to horses.
No.
As a general rule, there is no age limit to horses. Now, certain factors may make that more of a safety risk than others.
Just health-wise.
Yeah, but for the most part, I've seen 2-year-olds on horses. I've seen 80-year-olds on horses.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen, people 80 years old going out and trail riding. I've seen people, 65 trail riding by themselves. They don't trail ride in a group. They don't trail ride with friends. And I've seen, I have a client right now. She's in her 70s, and she's going back and forth on breeding one of her horses.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's no age limit.
No, not at all. And anybody who says or claims that there is just wrong.
They really are, and they're trying to
scare or
gatekeep or, and sometimes it's a liability thing, but they don't want to address it as that.
Yeah.
So they intentionally or unintentionally, we are not here to say, make it the person who's inquiring's problem.
Mm-hmm.
But as a general rule of thumb, no.
There's no rule stating that if you are X age, you can or cannot get into horses.
Right. And remember, too, there's so much in horses.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just have to ride.
No.
If you want to go to a lesson barn and take lessons to learn how to work with them on the ground, to learn how to do massage therapy, do you want to pay to just hang out with them?
Mm-hmm.
All of that is perfectly okay and acceptable.
Yeah. You do not have to ride if you own a horse.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Getting into horses, you don't have to ride to get into horses. You don't have to show to get into horses. You don't have to compete. You don't have to trail ride. You don't have to camp. You don't have to do
anything.
Any of the boxes if you don't want to. If you just want to go and brush the pretty pony for 20 minutes, an hour, go for it.
Yeah. Nobody is stopping. Well, somebody might try, but
they're wrong.
Go for it.
They're wrong, okay? I know several horses that truly thrive off someone just spending time with them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care one whit if you ride them or not, and most horses honestly don't care if you ever ride them.
Mm-mm. Some horses enjoy it, just like a person would enjoy their job.
Mm-hmm.
Some horses love it being ridden and being worked and being able to be with their people.
And there's horses out there who really have no interest in any of that or can't do that but still love the attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they need someone to give them love and attention and time too.
Yeah.
Out of the saddle, on the ground.
Yes.
So there's no age limit to horses.
No. You'll hear a lot of the times, well, at least I have heard, 9 times out of 10, if somebody is riding or owns their own horses, they got into it as a kid. And there's this,
There's a stigma that if you didn't grow up with it, you can't join it later on, which
exactly
is not true whatsoever.
No.
I personally did not grow up with horses. I was in and out of lessons and leases since I was a child. But being in and out of leases and lessons and barns like that, you don't have any loyalty per se to a specific trainer or instructor.
Yeah.
And if I had let that hold me back, that lack of stability, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have the community I have now. I chose to make a path and keep pushing to get into horses even though I didn't grow up with them.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely allowed to do that, whether you're 30, 20, 60, 80. It doesn't matter. Get into horses, man.
Yeah. There's the entitlement in the horse community is a little sad sometimes.
It really is.
So any way that we can help break the mold and break the stigmas, do it.
Do it. I mean, you're an adult. Like, you have adult money, adult time. If this is how you want to spend your time, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody who, he's in his 60s or 70s. He was taking lessons with me for a little over a year. And as 2026 rolled around, he came to me and he said, "This has been an amazing year. I've loved everything I've learned during these lessons. It has truly been a just wonderful experience." And, you know, he gave me the reasoning to get out of lessons that he had for getting into them. He had the body, the money, the time to explore new things, and that's what he wants to do. So even though he's no longer taking lessons from me, he started taking lessons because he was an adult with adult money, adult time, and he wanted to learn about horses.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everyone should do that. I mean, it's truly an amazing experience, and this will kind of segue into the next point of, if you want to get into horses, be picky about the barn you choose.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a couple of barns in this area, and they're not necessarily bad barns. They're not necessarily bad trainers or instructors or horses, but they don't cater to adults well.
No.
And they don't emphasize or encourage ground things with horses.
Yeah.
Everything's mounted.
I've noticed that.
Which is a pressure I find a lot of adults don't like.
Or a lot of lesson barns will cater more to the riding elements, which, yes, that primarily takes up most of your time when you are with horses. But you have to have that introductory of how to work with horses on the ground.
I find these barns also, there's one in particular I have in mind after dealing personally with the person who ran the facility. I find a lot of these places push riding. They push things in the saddle. And there's just no value to that in my mind. I think there's a balance of on the ground and in the saddle.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a barn that's always pushing ridden work, you have to be mounted, you have to be in the saddle, you have to be riding. I think that can turn a lot of people off as well. Because I know for some older individuals, they don't have a lot of confidence in their balance or their strength yet, and they just want to spend time getting comfortable before they ride.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we say be picky about your barns, be picky. Because some will want to emphasize showing. Some will want to emphasize only riding.
Yeah.
There are barns out there that really cater amazingly to children, but when it comes to adults, they're kind of lost. And that's great. We need barns for all types.
Yes.
But speaking from our own personal experiences and what we have seen, be picky about your barn because it can make or break your passion.
Just like we talked about in a previous episode, be picky about your people. It's the same thing.
It is.
Your barn is your environment, and they will become your people.
They will.
If they're the good ones.
Or they'll become the reason you hate horses, or you hate riding, or you feel like you can't do it. And you don't want those people around.
No, you don't. Those are going to be the troublemakers, the ones that cause you stress.
Those are going to be the ones you're always exhausted.
Yeah, and you don't need that.
No, I mean, there's a good kind of exhaustion that comes from horses, but it's physical. If you're emotionally drained after going to a barn and taking a lesson or visiting your boarded horse or visiting your lease horse, if you are emotionally, mentally drained after that experience, you need to reevaluate where you're at.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the big thing is be picky about your barn, be picky about the people you surround yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
Because, no, there is no age limit to horses.
No.
And if someone makes you feel bad for being an adult amateur, or an adult Amy as it's referred to in some circles, if someone makes you feel bad for that, you need to just
find a different place that respects you and helps you.
Yeah, just dismiss them, dismiss their opinions, because ultimately they're not worth having around or listening to.
Yeah.
There's no age limit to horses.
There is this very sweet lady at the barn where I work, and I love her. She's up there in her age, but she is always asking questions. She's always trying to broaden her knowledge because she was never taught these things. In all the years that she's been riding and competing, you know, nobody sat down and told her the little things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool to be able to have that interaction with her and to help her broaden her knowledge. And it's sad that a lot of the community isn't like this. And a lot of the community is very gatekeepy.
It's so, oh my goodness, the my way or the highway attitude is so strong in the horse world.
Yes.
And it is absolutely absurd to me. Like, my boarder has 3 horses, all of which are registered AQHA. And the things she had no idea about when she moved in with me. And I was like, you've worked with how many trainers and they never bothered to explain any of this to you? And she's like, no, they didn't think I was worth their time.
Wow.
And that's exactly the attitude they had for it.
Yeah.
You pay the bills, but that's all you're good for. You might be the owner, but you're not worth explaining why we're doing the things we are to your horses.
Nah.
You're not worth explaining why we've made these decisions for you.
Oh, no.
Because they didn't think she was worth their time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, just because you're up there in age, just because you're 60, 40, writing the checks, whatever, doesn't mean you can't learn.
Mm-hmm.
And she has been thrilled to learn how to work with her horses and actually connect with them and understand some of their behaviors and learn new ways to care for them that are better than what she'd been told before.
Yeah. And yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane, but it's so common.
Yeah.
And I think if she didn't have the heart she does, she probably would have gotten out of horses.
Really?
Because that is just how these people, how horrible they were. That's the disrespect. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's so common.
It is.
I see it all the time. You see it, like...
So yeah, we gotta break the mold. We gotta break the standard and try to just help people instead of tear others down. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing too is like, even though we've been talking a lot about like if you're an adult, if you're older, you know, you can still get into horses. If you're young, you can get into horses too.
Yeah.
If your kid wants to get into horses at a very, very young age. I know somebody who they have a 2, almost 3-year-old now, and she from day one has been horse crazy. Like,
hey, if you have the bug, you have the
I'm
bug. There's no escape.
This little girl is so horse crazy. She only knows that our farm is the horse farm. That's it. And she only ever wants to come here to see the horses. That's it. So you can have, you know, that type of kid, feed that passion if you can. In any way, make it a reality. Because, oh my gosh, that kid's cool.
And, you know, some places will have age restrictions on youth. Mm-hmm. So I know for some barns it's no one under the age of 5. Some barns it's no one under the age of 7. And you have to understand that that's out of liability and insurance.
Yeah.
But if you have a family friend or you know a lesson barn that's willing to do it, getting your kid into horses is amazing. Yeah. It teaches them grit. It teaches them responsibility. Mm-hmm. It teaches them resilience.
And respect.
It does.
Yeah.
But you need to be picky about your barns.
Yes.
So when Skylar started...
When I started in my horse adventure, I grew up in a neighborhood in kind of a fairly popular town. My neighborhood, it was its own little community, but we had a horse barn in that community as well that had pastures and all of this, and it was the norm for all the kids in the neighborhood to go and do things with those horses. My house had the pasture butting up to the backyard fence. So I grew up with horses in my, like, on the other side of my backyard. So I got to see them from a very early age. I would go and take lessons, I think from when I was 5 years old. That's when they let people go in and take lessons. But the environment there was really, really fun for kids, but it was very competitive. They wanted their kids to compete. They wanted their kids to succeed. And any of the kids who weren't in that mindset, they didn't cater to as much. And that was the unfortunate side of it. But it did teach me a lot about horses in the early developmental ages. And I wouldn't be where I am now without those experiences.
But do you think that competitive environment could have killed your love for horses?
Oh, very easily. It could have made me turn around and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Just like any other kid could be doing a sport and be like, I don't like this anymore. I'm done. You know,
the environment plays a huge effect on your enjoyment of something.
It does. It really does. And I think it was because of my parents. That's why I still pursued riding. So I moved out of that neighborhood, oh goodness, like going into third grade, fourth grade, going into fourth grade. I don't know, it all blends together. I moved around a lot. And from there, I didn't ride for a good while. I wanted to. I was still horse crazy, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm as horse crazy as you can get. But I didn't have an outlet for riding. So I used my dogs. I did agility courses with my dogs in my front yard and rode around and collected model horses and all of that. I still fed my passion, but when I did get back into lessons, the barns that I went to, again, were very catered towards competing, yeah, all of that
winning.
side of things. Win was the mentality. And I personally, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy, that win mentality. I'm not very competitive as a person. So I didn't pursue anything like that. And I went from barn to barn, taking lessons in exchange for work. And then I started working at barns, cleaning stalls, doing all of that. And I just got to see a different side of the horse community from an earlier age that I think other girls in my age that had been riding were competing and going out and doing shows and doing the opposite side of what I was doing. So I focused more on the care aspects of the horses. And even that was good for me and what I needed. And every person is different in their needs and what they enjoy. So it's not to knock if you don't like competing. There's other things to do. If you love competing, go for it.
And there's no age limit.
No.
That is the main core of what this episode is about. Get into horses regardless of your age.
Yes.
If you want to start showing.
If your kid wants to do stuff, do it with them.
Try to give them the opportunity. Try to join them. Yeah. And I mean, you do have to be picky sometimes about, your discipline of choice. I mean, you do get more fragile as you age. You don't bounce as easily as you used to. So getting into cross country, you might want to go in with a little extra caution. Yeah. No, nothing saying you can't do it. Go for it.
Go for it.
If you're fit and able, do it. Just maybe exercise a little bit more caution than if you just wanted to, say, do dressage. Mm-hmm. But as like a beginner getting into horses, whether you're a kid or an adult, dressage is a great start. It's amazing. It teaches you so much about your own body and the horses. Mm-hmm. If done properly, it's truly like one of the best foundational pieces to have. Yeah. As an adult rider, as a new rider, as a kid rider, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, there are some disciplines that will have more risk to them, but ultimately get into horses regardless. Yeah. Like, I don't know that I would necessarily put a 5-year-old on a, Calbred, AQHA, 10-time world championship cutter, but I'd put that same 10-year-old on a trail horse without an issue. Yeah. There's no age limit to horses, guys. No. Come on, join us, ride with us, have fun. This is one of the best, most fulfilling experiences in and out of the saddle.
Yes.
You do not have to ride. You can do things at liberty. You can stand and treat them like pasture ornaments that you just look at and brush on.
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to go to the barn for some grooming time, go for it. Like,
yeah. That's the biggest thing is, like, enjoy what you're doing. No matter what you're doing with your horse. As long as you're happy and your horse is happy and you are enjoying it, that's all you need in life.
That's all you do, yeah.
That's all you need.
And I mean, yeah, you're going to want to be picky about breeds and disciplines, or at the very least, do your due diligence and research.
Yes.
And make sure everything's a good fit. But, you know, yeah, thoroughbreds and Arabians tend to run a little hotter and have a little bit more opinions. Nothing saying you can't have those if you do, you know, the research and have the people there to help you.
Yeah, if you're looking into boarding, we have so many episodes talking about boarding,
Yeah.
buying your first horse, leasing horses,
Yeah.
all of it. So feel free to check out that content, you know.
Yeah, because
We talk about everything.
we
try
do.
to.
We try to cover the bases because we truly believe everyone should have the opportunity to experience this at least once. And I will come back and say it again and again and again. You don't have to ride.
No.
I know horses are really expensive, but you don't have to ride.
Heck, there's halter classes.
There is.
There's competitions where you just walk your horse around. That's it.
There's competitions to see how well you and your horse, you know, respect each other and listen to each other at liberty, meaning no halter, no lead rope. It's just you and your horse in the arena. There's competitions for that. There's virtual shows now. You don't even have to travel. Like,
It's crazy.
Get into horses, whether you're riding or not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get into horses.
Even if you want to do something super niche, like what, skioring or
Skioring,
jousting,
Yeah.
you know,
mounted shooting,
Mounted
mounted archery,
trick
like,
riding,
cowboy dressage.
Exactly. There's so much out there that you can do, and the communities that are around those things too. It's crazy.
It is. And I will give everybody a fair warning. When you get into the more niche disciplines like mounted shooting, mounted archery, jousting, you will run into more gatekeeping than, say, something like dressage, which is more readily available. Push through.
Yes.
Find the community that actually wants newcomers.
There's good people.
There
in there.
really is.
We will promise you that.
Like, speaking from personal experience, the mounted shooting world, yeah, there's some people out there who are really like, no, this is my discipline and I don't want anyone else in because you're going to taint the blood or whatever. But I've also met more people who are like, no, we need more people in this industry. We need more people getting into mounted shooting. Like, whatever we can do to encourage you and help you join us,
Yeah.
they're all for it. So find your people.
Exactly.
Be picky. Like,
and enjoy it.
there's no age limit to horses.
No,
There's not. You can pick up and brush them at any age. You can sit there and lay your hand on them at any age. And you know, when we say be picky about your barns, there are barns that do cater to people with physical limitations.
Oh yeah.
With mental limitations.
Yeah.
Just find your little spot. I promise you there's one for you.
There's something out there for everybody.
There's always a place at the fire.
Yes.
You just gotta find it or make it. Sometimes you have to make it, but there's always a spot.
Yes. Yes.
So,
we hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
We hope you enjoyed this week's topic. Join us for new episodes every Sunday. And to keep up with the herd, be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Highline Herd and visit our website at thehighlineherd.com. We hope you enjoy the show. See you next week.